Hello, welcome to our Liberty Gardens. Today we're going to transplant into this lovely pot. This pot is probably maybe 50 or 60 years old. This pot was given to Walter's mother by a real good friend named Mary Alice. And it obviously came from Mexico and it has these awesome little feet on it. But we are going to put in a Warneckii Dracaena. Warneckii Dracaena. And so we got this plant for $2. It was on the clearance rack. And so once again, we're going to do exactly like we always do in the past. We're going to backfill a little bit. And I went ahead and filled the pot up because you guys know what I do with pots that have holes. You know that I put in some coffee filters down in the bottom so that none of my it still lets out the water for drainage, but it doesn't do anything as far as letting my soil out. And this Dracaena likes to be moist, but it does not like to have wet feet. So, just so you know. And it does get very hot top heavy, simply because of the way it is and the fact that with its roots. And this, I'm sure that the reason that this was probably having a little bit of trouble at the big box store that it was left at was for the simple fact that it was got a little bit too much sun and probably wasn't getting enough water. Big box stores have a habit to just do water when it's time to do water, and they just have a schedule and they don't really check to see if the plant actually needs to be watered. I mean, we have some really dry. I'm going to probably cut those off. I may leave them. I haven't decided. I probably won't cut them off until the plant gets over the shock, of course, of this transplanting. But these plants needed to be transplanted. I bought these probably a couple of weeks ago. I usually bring them a couple of weeks ago. Buy plants, leave them in their pot for a week. I make sure they don't have any pests, look them over, double check. I really like to save stuff in the clearance. That's just me. I know not everybody likes that. I do because, this plant was $14.98, and I don't have $14.98 to spend unless it's something I really want. And at this moment in time with COVID, not a lot of people are shopping, and so sometimes I get a little bit of a really, really nice deal on something. And if it dies, because I'm not infallible, stuff does die on me. Hard to believe, I know. Then I can, I can live through that. And, I learn from my mistakes so that when I do spend the $14.95 or the $25 or the $80 or $100 or another $2, I'm really likely to save it. So, this one I paid $2 for. It's a Dracaena, Warneckii Dracaena. We also have a variegated chiffonera and a palm plant. And we paid $1 for the variegated chiffonera, and it's probably only going to have one portion stay alive, but that's okay. This will go somewhere, and we'll water it real good, and and it looks really nice in there. It kind of looks like a little pineapple in there, but that's how it is. I'll cut, there's about 3 or 4 of these that need to be trimmed up and cut. And, let's say you saw this in the wild. In South America or Asia. More than likely, you're going to see some really gorgeous, perfect leaves, right? There's a lot of new growth down in here. But you're also going to see some damaged leaves because animals have gone by them, nibbled on them, pests, They might have gotten broken off by an animal or by a falling limb. They might have, you might find one in the wild that's got a splash of bird poop on it. And you're not going to have that in the house. So if you want something that's perfect and going to stay perfect all the time, and you're going to stress over it, some people get, faux plants. And that's okay. I'm going to stick this down in the side here because this is plastic, and even though I know what I'm doing with this Dracaena, if I forget which one it is, I don't think I'll forget this is a Warneckii, then I'll do okay. I have to really, get better about taking care of my houseplants because I do have a colder house, and some things that are tropical aren't going to last, and I have to really be great with them. I thought I was going to lose some of my new plants, and they survived. But I don't spend a lot of money on plants. But, this is our Liberty Gardens. We want you to like and subscribe. Once again, a great pot that's probably 50 or 60 years old that came from a real good friend of Walter's mother's, Mary Alice. And she gave it to Walter's mother, and Walter's mother gave it to me. And I'm really, I treasure it, and I'm grateful for it because I know that they were really great friends there in Santa Paula, California. But we got this Warneckii Dracaena for $2. And it's probably a good foot and a half tall. Once again, this is our Liberty Gardens. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.